Hello, here we are at lesson 5, classical gas. We're going to start with power tab bar 36. It's bar 35 if you're using the Mason & Williams songbook. And if you didn't watch lesson 4 and haven't covered over bar 39 with a copy of bar 81 in your power tab, you should do it now. There are times in this series of bars when you have to have 3 fingers side by side at the 7th fret. Now that's a little hard for anybody with fat fingers. There's not a lot of room between the 6th and 7th fret to get all 3 of those fingers in there. Those with the narrow fingers may say, I don't see why you think it's so hard to do. It's easy for me. If it's easy for you to play it that way, do it. Mason & Williams describes how he does it in his book. He makes these bar chords using the first finger normally, but then he is able to bend his 3rd finger back so far at the first joint that he can cover any 3 middle strings, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, without muting the higher strings, the 1st and 2nd string. That's kind of a trick. He says that he learned to do that and it was awkward at first, but it freed up his other fingers for other things, the 2nd finger and the pinky finger. Again, the way he could do it looks a little bit like this. If you can't do it the first way because your fingers are too fat to get all 3 fingers side by side in there, and you can't do it Mason Williams way by bending your first joint of your 3rd finger so far back that you can pick up 3 strings but keep the higher ones clear, then there's kind of a substitute for that. You can hold down just 2 strings with your bent finger and tuck your little finger back in behind to pick up the 2nd string 7th fret, like this. So let's show you how you can do that. Bar 36. Now, in doing it this way, the pinky finger is tucked back in behind to pick up the 2nd string at the 7th fret, and the 3rd finger is holding down the 3rd and 4th strings. You can use this finger if you choose to help add pressure to your barring finger. Now bar 37, you can play all of bar 37 without moving your fingers. Again, your 3rd finger is holding down the 3rd and 4th strings, and your pinky finger is holding down the 2nd string, all at the 7th fret. Bar 38. Now again, you're using your pinky finger to tuck it back in underneath that bent 3rd string. That's bar 39, and it's important to pick up the last 3 notes that are on the 3rd string, 2nd string, followed by the 1st string at the 5th fret. Bar 40. Again, tucking that finger in. This is the point at which Mason Williams starts down the fretboard. Now, lots of people don't use this finger for this, but this is the case, like I explained to you earlier, where you can have an added anchor point. You're not going to play this note after the last chord in bar 41. As you go to bar 42, Okay, one of the things I want to bring out is that though you're in this position, this pyramid shape, of your third finger at the third fret, your first finger at the second fret, and your middle finger at the third fret, you are really not playing your second finger. Makes no difference. But notice that it's easier to hold all this down in this position. But you don't have to have this finger in it at all. But you will when you play bar 44. And that's really all we should have for lesson 5.